Well, hello there, guys, and welcome to my weekend update video here on Driving with Kevin. First of all, as per usual, thank you guys for jumping in on the streams and chatting with me. I apologize for the lack of videos last week. That's the reason why I had a few extra live streams. I was going to do one today, decided not to, but we'll get to that. So, thank you guys very much for jumping on the streams, the interaction, as per usual, and comments and etc. etc. I'm gonna try my best to be better this upcoming week with videos. But let's talk about the weekend. So as I mentioned on my live streams, I had a $180 guarantee this week for 30 rides. And so 180 bucks, 30 rides. Ooh, booyah. Just got an Uber Eats little shits there. I've been selected as one of the first Uber Eats drivers. That's exciting. So 180 bucks, 30 rides. Let's talk about the weekend. So Uber was uncharacteristically slow the entire weekend. And I don't know why that is. I'm not really sure if just nobody was using Uber or what the issue was. But for the weekend, $121.96 on Uber for the week. 105 of that I made last night in 15 rides. So I had 2 rides on Friday night on Uber. So 2 rides and then 15 last night for 17, 8 hours total online. So it was an atypical Uber weekend. So really not sure why it was so slow on Friday night, but last night was parents' weekend at Loras College, so there were lots and lots of parents around, lots of people out. The bars were pretty full. We were surging just about all day, and so that was an adventure. And we were at like 3 times in the middle of the afternoon, or 3.5 at one point. I think we were up to 5.5 last night. Of course, I didn't get any Uber pings. We had the really high surge, which at the end of the day really doesn't surprise me. But now let's get to Lyft. So I'm gonna pull this up here. As you can see, guys, I hit my 30 rides. I am currently sitting in the parking lot at Walmart, having just dropped off my 30th ride for the weekend. So the $154.63 is what my guarantee would be based off of. So that's I worked almost 11 hours this week on Lyft. That's pretty good. So the $154 is what my guarantee is based off of. The tips and the cancel earnings don't count. So I will receive $25 from Lyft to close that gap between the 154 and the 180. So I will have done $230 this week on Lyft. So I did something different. Okay, so back up a little bit. I did see primetime on Lyft this weekend. It was very, very short. It didn't last very long. Only got up to 50%. But I think that's the first time in about a month that I've seen primetime on Lyft. So that was a little bit surprising. For some reason, we never primetime. We could be at, a 5.5, 6 times surge on Uber, and there's still no primetime on Lyft. Doesn't make sense. But I did something different this weekend, guys. I ended the stream, I think at 2:15 maybe, and I stayed out. And I have never stayed out as late as I was out last night. I did not get home and into bed until probably between 4 and 4:15. The Dubuque bars close at 2 o'clock. But the bars in East Dubuque, which is over the bridge in Illinois, close at 3:30. So a lot of people will leave the Dubuque bars, go over the bridge, go to East Dubuque. You cannot call an Uber from East Dubuque. You can only call Lyft. So they say they don't offer Uber service in East Dubuque, which is wrong, but Uber doesn't work in East Dubuque. I've tried it. So Lyft works in East Dubuque, so you can only get a Lyft ride out of East Dubuque at Barclays in East Dubuque. So I stayed out, and I've never done that before. I'll probably never do it again. But my biggest fear about driving that late is that I am going to have a puker because they drink in Dubuque until 2, and then they go drink another hour and a half in East Dubuque. And that can never be good. Well, needless to say, guys, I did not have any pukers. But when I went over there to pick people up, I can count, and I would probably need both hands and probably both feet to count the number of people that I saw that couldn't stand up on the sidewalk. So luckily none of them needed rides, or at least not for me. So I get a ping to go over there. It was about 3:20 probably. And I go over there and I pick the passenger up. Or I go over there, try to pick the passenger up. Now, there's popular names like Sarah, that there's a possibility that there's more than one Sarah that called a Lyft at 3:20 in the morning from East Dubuque. So I go over there and they walk up to me and say, "Hey, are you here for Sarah?" And I said, "Yeah." Well, first of all, they wanted to cram 5 people in my car, so I told them no. So they ended up only bringing 3, and they kept Sarah actually behind. So we start driving over the bridge, and I keep getting this phone call from the Lyft passenger, and I can't figure it out. And so then we're over the bridge, or at a stoplight, and I asked them to verify where we were going, and where they told me they were going was the exact opposite end of town from where it said I was going. So then I figured it out, that it was a different Sarah that asked for the ride. So I canceled that ride, and I brought them home where they needed to be, basically for free, because it wasn't fair for me to charge the other Sarah for this fare. So had I not canceled that ride, I would have hit 30 rides last night. So I dropped them off, and I pulled myself off the road for a little bit. I can't remember why. But I got another request to go pick somebody else up in East Dubuque at about 3:40. And I go over there, I sit outside the bar where he's standing, and there's a group of people there. But none of them are the one that I need to pick up. So I wait, the timer winds all the way down to 0. I call. Just for the record, if you do call once and hang up, you do get the cancel fee. So if you call and let it ring once and hang up, they will still pay you a cancel fee. So that's what I did. I got the cancel fee, and then the guy that was standing outside was waiting for a green cab. He asked me if he could just come home with me, and I said, yeah. Pull up your Lyft app, and you'll more than likely get me, because there's no one else around and no other drivers around. So he gets in the car, he requests me, we're good to go. So I take him home, and that was it for the night. That was my 29th ride. Again, I would have had 30 if I wouldn't have canceled the other one. So I was determined to get that 30th ride, so I got up this morning, or this afternoon, I guess it would be, and got that 30th ride. So good weekend, guys. $230 on Lyft and $120 on Uber. That's $350. It's a good weekend. So I know my schedule last week was really light with videos. That was because I had a lot going on. I was busy. I was up in the cities for a couple days. This week, guys, we're going to do, I think I want to do a live stream on Wednesday. It'll be probably, I work from 7 until about 3:30. So I'll probably go online around 4, and I'll run it until, I don't know, I'm dead. I don't know. I'll run it for at least an hour. That way, it kind of gives you guys an opportunity who like to come on during the day and watch me, to just kind of come on during the day and hang out for a little bit. So Wednesday afternoon, I'll do a live stream. And then I am going to visit my parents this weekend in Des Moines. And I will more than likely drive on Saturday night in Ames, and I will stream that. So we'll have a standard stream on Saturday night. As a reminder to you guys, I'm putting the kibosh on the Friday night. I did it this week because I didn't have any videos. I was going to do a Q&A, but I don't really have time this week to do Q&A. So I will probably drop a content video at some point this week. But I will have a day stream on Wednesday afternoon. So Just to let you guys know that. That's my schedule for the week. I'm going to try to find time to do a Q&A next week. So, I hope you guys all had a great weekend. I hope everybody has a great week. Thanks again, guys, for jumping on and hanging out with me this weekend. And yeah, I think that'll do it, guys. Uber, Lyft on. Be safe out there. And I will see you guys later this week. Peace out.